guys, welcome back to my channel. So this got received really well last time I did this, so I'm gonna continue with this series for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna go over some of the cover reveals that have been coming out, and we're in like cover reveal season. Like they're just coming at us left and right, and it's really exciting, and I have a lot to talk about in this video. Some have obviously already kind of like come and gone as far as the reveal goes. Well, obviously all of these are, otherwise I wouldn't know about them. But some are like already talked about and others are just being revealed. So a lot of these are going to be sequels because for some reason that's what's really exciting to me or really exciting to the market to see what the next book in a series is. Some are just new books from authors that we already know. So I'm just gonna get into it. So the first one that of course I'm gonna talk about, it's not necessarily new news right now because it's been probably 2 weeks since this got announced, but I have to include it because I'm me and this is my life. But the cover for A Court of Frost and Starlight came out, and just look at it. I'm just so excited. I can't contain myself. You know, it's weird. This is like my favorite series right now, just in general for the past couple years. This is like my go-to series. I don't love the covers. I love the series enough to fangirl over the cover, but I'm not like in love with the covers, or at least the US ones maybe, I don't know. But either way, I'm just so excited. Seeing the cover makes it real. It's gonna happen. I know it was always gonna happen, but it just gives us a little bit more of a taste. We're that much closer to getting it. I'm so excited. We're not getting this till May, but I just look at it. Just look at it. Next one that I want to talk about is also one that came out a couple weeks ago, and people have been discussing it because it's a cover change, but that is for Smoke in the Sun by Renee Ahdieh. So this is what the new cover looks like. I don't know if they will re-release A Flame in the Mist with a matching cover. Probably not. Also, how do you do a cover change on a duology? Like, it's 2 books. Just give us 2 matching books, then do a cover change with the paperbacks or something. Like, you can't hold out for 2 books. I don't know. But I am one of the few people who is actually kind of okay with it because I love her Wrath in the Dawn duology. I adore it so much. So I got A Flame in the Mist and I didn't love it, but it's one of those things, I read it, I didn't really enjoy it, I didn't really plan on continuing on the series, but it's only a duology. So I was gonna buy the second one for materialistic reasons. I wanted it on my shelf. That was it. I know that's not what you should do, but now that there's a cover change, that means I can probably get rid of A Flame in the Mist and just move on with my life. So that's all I gotta say about that. I like the new cover. I like the purple. I don't love having a real human face on the cover. I'm just weird that way. I don't really like that. It kind of forces an image on me that I didn't necessarily have in my head, but it's okay. Those are my opinions on it. The next book that I'm really excited about is from an author that we all know, but it's for her new series, and that is for These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rosh. So Sarah Rosh wrote the Snow Like Ashes fantasy trilogy. This, I actually haven't looked up a synopsis yet, but it's looking more piratey to me. I really am digging this cover. I liked her Snow Like Ashes trilogy covers. I really liked those. She's got a good marketing team behind her. I'm feeling this one. It looks dark. It looks like swashbucklery. I'm liking it. So what do you think of this? The next reveal I have is Whisper of the Tide by Sarah Tolkser. I think that's how you say it. This is the sequel to Song of the Current, which just came out not too long ago, and I'm feeling it. I like that they didn't change it because I really love the aesthetic of the first one. It's like a dark blue with silver. Now we got some purple and gold action. I just really like these covers. The next one I want to talk about is also a sequel, and that is All the Wandering Light by Heather Fawcett. This is the sequel to Even the Darkest Stars. I'm really feeling these covers. These could almost be considered adult looking covers in my opinion. They look very just high fantasy to me. I really like them. Again, apparently the trend this year is to go from a blue aesthetic to a purple aesthetic, which I'm okay with because I like purple. I'm a fan of purple. So that's what this cover is looking like. The next book I want to talk about is not a sequel, but it's from a very beloved author of mine. That is for The Boneless Mercies by April Genevieve Chicholke, I think is how I was hearing people say it. I have no idea. Please don't criticize me. I have been reading her for years. I still don't know how to say her last name. But I don't know anything about this book. I will auto buy all of her books, so that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I love the cover. It doesn't really tell me much about the story, except I see some people in the forest with some weapons and a road and a wolf. I don't know what that tells me. There's gonna be some sort of hunt go on. I don't know. I'm down. I'm really excited for this. The next book is also going to be a new release from an author, not a sequel, and that is Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. Megan Shepherd wrote the Madman's Daughter series a while back. That's all I personally know her from. But I love this cover. I love this aesthetic. This is like my favorite type of cover, where it's not like a scene from the book, it's not a face on the book, it's just a lot of lovely filigree and gold and symbolic stuff that represents the story, but you don't really know much looking at it. I don't know why, I just love covers like this, where it's just kind of like an art piece with a title on it. Again, I don't know what's going on in this story. There's the Eiffel Tower, so I'm gonna guess it's set in Paris. That's it. That's all I'm going with, and I really like this cover. It's like one of my favorite ones in this whole reveal video. I love it. Next book is the third book in a series. That is for A Sorrow Fierce and Falling by Jessica Cluez. This is for, I don't know the name of this series actually, but the first one is A Shadow Bright and Burning, and then A Poison something and something. I don't remember. I don't have this. I have the first one. I don't have the second one. I love these covers. I believe this is historical fantasy. I think it's like I definitely know that it's historical and they have powers. That's all I got from the series. I haven't read it. I know I'm behind on the times, but I love these covers so much, and this one, they stuck with it. It's really good. The next book is a sequel of a book that just got released, so they're like working ahead already, because I feel like I just got this book. Maybe it was a couple months ago, but either way, we have the cover for Umber Touched. This is by Olivia Blackburn, and this is the sequel to Rosemarked, which I really feel like just came out, and they're already dropping a cover reveal for the sequel, and I love it. I love these covers. I'm a huge fan of watercolor looking covers, or just kind of paint looking covers. I love these so much, and I really like that it's like a tannish orange color, because that's not a color that you usually see in YA covers. They're usually like vibrant colors. I really like this. I'm a big fan of this cover for some reason. I don't know what it is about it. It's just really aesthetically pleasing to me. The next book is the third book in a series that I have not started. That's a trend in this video, but that is for Once a King by Erin Summerhill. This is the third book in the, I don't know the name of this series, Ever the Hunted. Second one was Red, something the Brave. I'm not doing the series justice, am I? But we went from like white to red to blue, and I like these covers. I really like them. This is the same type of aesthetic that I was talking about, where it's just kind of a really nice design. I really like this. The next book I want to talk about is by A.G. Howard, who wrote Roseblood, which was the retelling of Phantom of the Opera, which was awesome. So the next book we have is Stain. I love these covers. They're so cool. I don't normally like faces on my covers, even if they're like not real people. It's still like a face looking right at you. I like hers. They're just really cool. I really like the like art style in her covers, but this is a retelling of The Princess and the Pea. Intriguing. I like that she's doing retellings of not like cliche fairy tales that we've seen a lot of. I like her style. I'm a fan of this. The other huge reveal that I'm including at the end of this, because this just got revealed a couple days ago, is for Two Dark Reigns by Kendara Blake. Because, hello, this is a huge series right now that I just hopped on the bandwagon for. I just read through the first two in like 3 days and adored them. Also, I love these covers. I love them so much. They're just so simple, and yet they're really hard-hitting. But I'm kind of concerned because if you haven't started the series yet, the cover of this is kind of a spoiler. So be warned for that. If you have read the series, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But either way, I adore these covers so much. The next sequel that I want to talk about is As She Ascends by Jodi Meadows. This is a sequel to Before She Ignites, which I still haven't read. It's still at the top of my TBR because it's a YA fantasy where the main character, I believe, has OCD and anxiety. Coolest take that I've ever heard of, and I'm so excited to get to it. But this is what the cover looks like for the sequel, and I like that they kept the same tone of like a really powerful person of color on the cover. I love it. I love it so much. Another really big reveal from this past week is from Angie Thomas for On the Come Up. Angie Thomas wrote The Hate U Give, which, in case you've been living under a rock, is like the biggest release in the past couple years in YA. It's huge, not just in like the booktube community, not just in the YA community, in life in general, just on social media. So we got the cover. I don't think we've really gotten much of a synopsis about this, but we got the cover. And this is it. And the last one that I want to talk about is The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. This is the follow-up to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I read and I adored last year. Her writing is just so fun and cute, and it's historical fiction with diversity and LGBT+ influence, and it's just super fun and adorable, so I'm very excited to see. Again, we went from bluish, I think. Was it blue? The Owlcrate version was blue. I think it was green regularly, to purple. I just like that everything's becoming purple this year. I'm a fan of purple. So those are all of the covers that recently got revealed, at least to my eyeballs, that I wanted to talk about. I'm very excited for all these books. Whenever I see a whole like slew of cover reveals, I just get so excited for all the releases coming out this year. And there are a lot of sequels coming out this year. It's gonna be a really sequel-heavy year for a lot of series. So, which ones are you guys the most excited about? I know there were a lot that I covered in this video. If I missed any, please let me know, because I would appreciate that. I'm a big fan of seeing cover reveals. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. I kind of enjoy talking about them. And I'm gonna go, cause I've been talking for a while. That's a lot of covers. So I hope you guys are reading some awesome books, and I'll see you in my next video.